So how much should you be paying yourself as an employee in your business when you start out? Good morning and welcome to In the Car with Clint. Today I'm going to talk to you about what I did when my business partner and I first started what was Fluid Designs and turned into WaterPro, and what I would recommend that you do if you want some longevity around your business. So when we first started out, we were working out of one of my bedrooms in my house, and we were doing well, we were meant to be building water features. It didn't really work out that way. We started installing irrigation and lawn, and I remember the first weekly pay was $300 a week before tax. Now this is in kind of 2009, 2010, so it wasn't a lot of money, and it wasn't enough money for us to really do much more than live off of. You know, thankfully at the time my wife had a job, and you know, we were able to live off of her wage. And you know, in the month that followed, we had this discussion about increasing the salary to $500 a week per director and so on. And for those of you out there that are starting a new business and that are working alone, and or you've got one employee, or it's a partnership, if you want to grow something truly exceptional and to be able to survive the troughs and take advantage of the peaks, you really need to pay yourself the least amount of you really need to pay yourself the least amount of money that you can to be able to maintain being alive. And the rest of that money needs to stay in the business to fund growth, because growth costs money. You need to acquire new customers, you need to buy new tools, you need to finance new loans, potentially for vehicles, etc. And you need to make sure that you're complying with your taxation liabilities. And we, in that first year, didn't make enough profit to cover the wages that we paid each other, or that we paid ourselves. And that might sound funny to most of you, because you're like, well, hang on a sec, how do you pay yourself money if you don't have money? And the sad reality that catches a lot of small business owners and early start business owners out is that the government don't necessarily take the tax obligations off of you. And I've talked about this in previous videos about how we got audited by the ATO. But you can pay yourself a wage each week, and then it won't get found out that you didn't have enough money until you come to needing to pay the liabilities of the business to the government. And that's what happened to us. So how much should you pay yourself in the start? Nothing. If you can afford to pay yourself nothing and live at home with a family member, your parents, or if you've got a loved one that's willing to be your, in my case, sugar mummy, take advantage of that and just put everything back into the business. And if you can live like that forever, you will have a very, very successful business. Because if you're working your ass off, you're not spending money doing stupid things, the leisure time's low. And I'm not saying be a monk, but what matters more to you, having a successful business or buying those new things that no one really gives a shit about? So that's the answer. Thanks for tuning in to In the Car with Clint today. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to each other, be kind to yourself, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.